Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 3rd. We're bringing you the latest news, making headlines to help start your day.
Another crime alert surrounding your safety. A reward is now being offered, leading to the arrest of a man police say shot and killed a security guard outside a local lounge.
Tori Cooper has the latest on this as she starts off our coverage in today's Morning News Rewind.
Yeah, after about the third shooting last week, I started asking police whether or not they planned on holding any of these lounges accountable under the property nuisance law. At the time, they didn't have a straightforward answer for us, but now, after the third shooting unfolded right here outside of the Encore hookah lounge for just within the last 2 years, they've finally started to provide us some more answers. Now, I do want to roll some video to give you another look at the man that they are looking for. This is who they say they believe shot and killed the local security guard here, who was just 28 years old and who has only been working here for 2 years. There's now a $2,000 reward being offered, and Mayor Andre Dickens tells us change is coming.
They've been a violator a number of times. This is the first conversation I had this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. I asked Chief, I said, how many times have they been on your list? He gave me a number, and that number is one too many, so you'll see some action soon.
Now, if you're unfamiliar with the property nuisance law, here's how it works. If you have continued violence outside your property, police can come out, they can cite you. From there, they can take you to municipal court, and then from there, they can remove your liquor license and fine you. So we're going to continue to monitor the changes that are down the road and continue to hold everyone accountable as much as we can, and we'll share it with you right here. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Tori, thank you for that update. It is 6:36 this morning. We're keeping an eye on today with the stories you need to know.
This morning, State Representative Eric Allen's going to discuss the local redistricting process for the Cobb County Board of Commissioners and Cobb County Board of Education districts, as well as the Gwinnett County State House delegation. They're going to host a news conference this afternoon on House Bill 873. It would revise the district boundaries for the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners.
An inside look at a new apartment for Atlanta police recruits. 29 recruits and one sworn officer will be able to live at the Unity Place housing complex for a discounted rate while they train. The complex was built after city officials learned some recruits were sleeping in their cars because they had nowhere to stay.
Some bottles of Wishbone Chunky Blue Cheese dressing and Thousand Island dressing are being recalled. Both of them contain egg. That's not stated on the product label. The FDA says anyone who has egg allergies needs to toss out those bottles because you could be risking a potentially life-threatening reaction.
Historically high prices for both new and used cars could stick around for a while. The average transaction price for a new car was over $45,000 last December. That's up 29% from 2019. The shortage of parts, limited production, and surging demand are driving prices sky high. Experts say relief might not come till 2023.
And today's National Women Physicians Day. February 3rd is the birthday of Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. She was the first woman to earn a medical degree in the U.S. in 1849. Statistics show women doctors gradually increased in the last 2 decades. Right now, 35% of physicians are women. Welcome back. It's about 15 minutes till 7. As we continue to celebrate Black History Month, we take a look at Black female leadership in hospitals. Women of color account for a mere 5% of those positions here in the U.S. Deneen Richmond is now the president of Luminous Health Doctors Community Medical Center in Maryland, and she's one of the few women of color in a healthcare leadership role. Richmond says it's a struggle for Black women in the medical field to advance to top positions in their careers.
There's still bias. There's still racism, and so I think that impacts women of color and our ability to be recognized for the talents and strengths that we bring to the table.
Richmond is now working to make her hospital more inclusive for patients and staff. She's also on a mission to pay it forward, returning to her old school to share her story with students about starting as a registered nurse and then working her way up. And producer and writer Shonda Rhimes has an exciting new project. Her first scripted podcast, #Matter, tells the story of a man who witnesses his teenage son's beating by police. Here's a sneak peek.
Within hours of the police stop, footage of the entire altercation between Niles and the arresting officers gets posted online, and it goes viral.
Rapper and actor Snoop Dogg has a role in the 8-part series. There's going to be new episodes every Wednesday starting February 9th.
Also new this morning, Metro Atlanta native Lil Nas X is getting a superhero-style makeover. The Grammy winner's story is now a comic book. And these are some of the images from the new book. Tidal Waves Comics published the book as part of its Fame series, focusing on the personal stories of celebrities and pop culture figures. The 22-page comic book on Lil Nas X details important moments from his life, including how he's broken barriers as a gay black man in hip-hop.
It's 6:46 now. More musicians are pulling their music from Spotify in opposition to coronavirus-related content on the platform.
But how much money is Spotify losing, or how much money are the musicians making? Brooks Baptiste joins us with more on this and the other stories topping your social media feeds. Brooks?
Yeah, good morning to you guys. The streaming platform declined to get rid of the Joe Rogan Experience, which has been criticized for spreading COVID misinformation. And with musicians yanking their tunes, it does bring up the question, how much is Spotify and these artists, how much are they losing? Well, a new report shows the music streaming platform shells out about 1/3 of a penny per stream. So what does that mean? That means a song would have to be played 3 times in order for the artist to make 1 cent. So not much with the names who have pulled their music. However, these low payouts don't affect all artists. Drake has reportedly earned $52 million from the platform. Well, the 2022 nominations for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have been announced, and I'm pretty sure none of the names on this list will shock you. We've got my girl Dolly Parton, also Eminem and Duran Duran. Those are among the 7 first-time nominees for induction. This year's class also has several repeats, including Pat Benatar and Dionne Warwick. Now, fans can vote on the Hall of Fame's website, and those results will be revealed in May. All right, well, it is a collaboration for Valentine's Day, making fuzzy conversation heart clogs. What do you think about this? I gotta know, would you actually wear them? Crocs and Sweethearts have made this limited edition bright red clog that you see right here on your screen, and it comes with oversized plush Sweethearts charms to add a little flair to your fluffy shoes. Now, those interested in buying them will actually have to enter a random drawing, and that's going to determine if they're going to be able to purchase them or not. Okay. Well, the companies didn't disclose how many pairs will be available for sale, but I do want to know, do you guys think people are really going to be rushing out to get these, or
Negative.
Not so much?
I'm gonna. What does Rodney say or Rob say? Hard pass.
A hard pass.
Hard
yeah.
pass.
I don't think I need
that.
niche, I think. You kind of have to wear them then. You can't wear them in the summer like you do the other Crocs. I think Crocs are a trendy fashion statement. I don't know about you guys.
They are now. They weren't always that way, Rob.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be, ooh, why do you have Crocs on? But now it's like, ooh, I like those Crocs.
And they can be kind of practical, you know.
Yeah.
You got to
I
go
think they're
take the
definitely
garbage
practical.
out, or
They're
go
just
get the
comfortable.
mail.
But I think they're a
Practical and
fashion
comfortable.
statement now.
Yeah.
Brooks,
Okay.
thank you. Breaking overnight, there are reports that at least 13 civilians are dead after a U.S. counterterrorism raid on a home in northwest Syria. At least 6 children and 4 women are believed to be among the dead. The New York Times reports the mission was targeting a Qaeda leader. U.S. military officials have not identified that person, but have called the person a, quote, high-value target. In developing this morning, President Biden is sending thousands more U.S. troops to Europe to support NATO forces near Ukraine. 2,000 U.S. troops will soon leave Fort Bragg, North Carolina, for Poland and Germany. Another 1,000 troops are moving from Germany to Romania. It comes after new satellite images showed Russian troops the buildup near Ukraine's border.
It's 15 minutes after 6, and back here in Metro Atlanta, a crime alert this morning. Police need your help to find a person who carjacked a woman who was visiting here from Florida. T was in town for work. She had just pulled into this Shell gas station in Decatur when she says a suspect approached her and showed a silver revolver. The carjacker took her 2014 dark gray Mercedes C250. Inside the car, the woman's driver's license, birth certificate, and work laptop. T says the traumatic incident has changed her.
Nobody wakes up and thinks that they're going to lose everything they have. Nobody. And I've never felt unsafe in Atlanta. I want it to be a lesson to every person. I navigate every single place I go by myself different now.
T says the suspect wore a ski mask and a mustard yellow puff jacket. DeKalb County Police ask anybody who has information to come forward.
A Spalding County deputy is out of a job after allegedly sending obscene pictures to a 16-year-old girl. The sheriff's office says former deputy Mason Lumpkin sent the pictures through Snapchat. An investigation started after the victim told her mom what happened. The department says Lumpkin was placed on administrative leave immediately and eventually fired. In the push for cityhood, there's now corporate backlash over an effort to make Buckhead into an independent city. 30 of Buckhead's largest businesses sent a letter to state lawmakers this week. They want the General Assembly to hold off on a proposed cityhood bill, or at least exclude commercial districts from Buckhead City. The companies say they don't want to bet their tax dollars on a startup city. If the bill does pass, Buckhead residents would get to vote on cityhood during the November election. Well, over the last century, there's been a significant decline in black farmers.
One local farmer is hoping to reclaim his agricultural roots. Brooks Baptiste is in studio with a preview of today's Black History Month story. Brooks, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. This is not something you think about every day because you go to your refrigerator, maybe to get your breakfast food, and the food is right there, right? But we tend to forget that there are people working around the clock during every season just so that we can have those goods. I got a chance to do something I don't usually do. I went out to Your Faith Farms in Fairburn, Georgia, and it was full of livestock. I saw chickens, I saw sheep, lambs, horses, and so much more. And I actually talked with that gentleman you see right there, Patrick Muhammad, who is a black farmer in Metro Atlanta who's become pretty popular in the last 10 years. But with all that popularity came racial inequity. And while that would have pushed some people out of this trillion-dollar industry, he was sure to stand firm.
Farmers in today's time that are stepping out on faith are stepping out on faith, not finances. And so we have to pool our resources together, like my family, my mentor, and take our family income, purchase a farm, and maintain a farm.
Tonight at 5 o'clock on CBS 46, you're going to hear more from Muhammad, and he's going to tell you why he's so passionate about staying afloat in this farming world. But guys, I think it's so important to note that these folks are literally working throughout the year and some serious long days, and we've been talking about it. It's all about Mother Nature's impact on their job and their ability to do what they do.
Right, they live and die by what happens with Mother Nature, and I really appreciate those places that are doing the farm to table. So that we can support our local farmers. Really vitally important. We'll look forward to that, Brooks.
Yeah, it really used to be lucrative business too, and that's changed
Yep.
over the years as well. We'll look forward to that report. Brooks, thanks.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.